So today we're diving into the ancient book of Amos, and let me tell you, it comes from one of the most unlikely messengers you could imagine. This is a prophecy that kicks off with a terrifying roar, but it ends with a promise you might not see coming. Let's get into it.
The book just explodes into action, not with a gentle whisper, but with this, a cosmic roar so powerful it makes the whole world wither. And this isn't just some pretty poetry, you know? This is a warning shot. It's letting you know right from the start that what's coming is deadly serious. So, who's the guy delivering this thunderous message? You'd probably think it's a king or some high priest, right? Well, that's the first huge surprise in this whole story.
Amos himself makes it really clear. He's no professional. He says, look, I'm not from a long line of prophets. He's a total outsider, just a sheep breeder from the southern kingdom of Judah, and he's been sent to the northern kingdom of Israel, which at the time was super wealthy and successful. Basically, he is the last person on earth they would ever expect to hear a message from God from.
Okay, so Amos starts his prophecy with this absolutely brilliant rhetorical move. He doesn't begin by calling out Israel. Nope. Instead, he starts pointing his finger at all of their neighbors, all their enemies, and he just lays out their crimes one by one.
And as he does this, you'll start to notice this pattern. For each nation, he repeats this line. It's like this rhythmic drumbeat of doom, right? Building and building, this hypnotic sense that judgment is coming and there's absolutely nothing that can stop it.
So, first up is Damascus. Their crime? Extreme, unthinkable brutality in war. A total violation of human dignity. For that, judgment is set.
Next, he moves on to Gaza and Tyre. And their transgression? The slave trade. They were profiting from trafficking entire communities, and for that, they will be held accountable. Then he calls out Edom and Ammon for just horrific violence. And you've got to put yourself in the shoes of the Israelites listening to this. They're probably loving it, cheering them on, thinking, yeah, finally, all our enemies are going to get what they deserve.
But right when the audience is feeling all comfortable and morally superior, Amos just pulls the rug out from under them. After listing the sins of all their neighbors, he finally turns the spotlight, which raises the big question, who is this prophecy really for?
Israel. Wow, what a twist. The whole thing was a setup. It was a giant rhetorical trap designed to draw them in, only to reveal that they are the true target of all this divine anger.
And this is really the core of the whole book. The judgment against Israel is going to be the most severe of all. And why? Because of their special relationship with God. That privilege doesn't get them a free pass. Actually, it means they're held to a way higher standard.
This verse right here, this is the theological heart of the book. It's basically God saying, out of every family on earth, I chose you. We have a special bond. So your injustice, your corruption, I can't ignore it. Great privilege comes with great responsibility, and Israel had totally dropped the ball.
So what exactly were they doing wrong? Well, this is the shocking part. On the surface, Israel looked incredibly religious. They were offering sacrifices, holding festivals, singing songs to God. But the reality underneath was just rampant corruption. They were exploiting the poor for next to nothing, crushing the needy, taking bribes, and for God, all that worship was just noise. It was an offensive distraction from the real problem, their injustice.
Now, this is where it gets really intense. Amos takes one of Israel's most treasured beliefs, this idea of a coming day of the Lord, and he flips it completely on its head, turning it into something absolutely terrifying. See, the Israelites were all eagerly waiting for this day. They thought it would be this amazing moment when God would finally destroy all their enemies and lift them up. But Amos drops a bombshell. He says, you've got it all wrong. When that day comes, God isn't coming to judge your enemies. He's coming to judge you. For them, it will be a day of deep, profound darkness.
And just to paint a picture of how inescapable this judgment is, Amos gives this vivid, horrifying analogy. He says, imagine you're running for your life from a lion, and you run straight into a bear. You somehow get away, you make it back to your house, you think you're finally safe, you lean against the wall to catch your breath, and a snake bites you. There's just no escape. Judgment is coming from every possible direction.
Then, God gives Amos two final, decisive visions. First, he sees a plumb line. You know, the tool a builder uses to see if a wall is straight. Well, God holds it up to Israel and finds that they are hopelessly crooked. The wall has to be torn down. Then, he sees a basket of summer fruit. Now, in Hebrew, the word for summer fruit, kaitz, sounds almost identical to the word for end, ketz. It's this chilling little play on words. The message is clear. The time is ripe. The end has come.
So, after all of that, chapters of these relentless warnings and devastating judgments, just when you think all hope is lost, the book takes one final, completely unexpected turn. Right at the very end, a little sliver of hope appears.
It turns out God isn't going to completely destroy his people. Amos prophesies that one day God will come back. He'll repair the fallen kingdom. He'll rebuild the cities from the ruins, and he'll restore the nation. And this future he describes is one of incredible abundance and permanent security, a total reversal of all the destruction that came before.
And this brings us to what is easily the most famous line in the entire book, the one phrase that really captures what this is all about. This is what God actually wants, not empty religious shows, but a society where justice and righteousness are unstoppable forces, cleansing everything in their path, just like a powerful, ever-flowing river.
And so Amos leaves us with this question that just echoes through the centuries, from his time all the way to ours. What do we value more, the outward appearance of being good, or the relentless, tough pursuit of real justice for everyone? It's a simple shepherd's question that really demands an answer from all of us.